Hey guys, Ramblin' Man Moto here. I'm on my way to Newport News to the Indian dealership called Indian of Southeastern Virginia, I think is what they go by. This is my first time getting a service from them. All my other visits have been like demo days and just visiting. Do you guys ride in colder weather? When I got my bike the first year, I did. And increasingly, I just don't enjoy it. Right now, I had to stop on this route to put on my base layer underneath. And I had to stop to put the base layer on top. I'm not wearing a base layer on the bottom. And I just feel like it restricts my movement looking left and right over my shoulder. Like all this stuff makes it very... I also have a neck gaiter I added that goes over the head. And the darn thing is, when I put my helmet on, it was covering my right eye. As soon as I got on the road, it started flapping. And like I've had to like push it back with my hand. And when I look over my left and right shoulder, the combination of, you know, I've got on a long sleeve t-shirt, a base layer now, I've got my shoulder holster on, and this leather jacket. And when I turn left and right to look over my shoulder, man, it just feels stiff. Which obviously is not safe. Then when I had my glasses on, they were fogging up. So I took them off. What setup do you guys use in your winter gear? The other thing is, for some reason, and I'm mad at myself, I didn't run a heated gear cable on this bike when I had the chance, when my guy was doing some work. I might have to stop at the rest stop that's up on 64 to move this head covering. In fact, I put it on mainly to cover my chin, and then I forgot to pull it up over my mouth, but I've got it over the head, but the right eye keeps getting... So I'm taking this Indian Roadmaster in for its first service performed by me. I've put, when I bought the bike, what did it have? 2,500 or so miles, and now it's got 7812, it says right there. And this is the 5K service. They recommend a 5K and a 10K, so we're going to call this the 5K. I've done oil changes on my other two bikes that I own, but not on this one. Most people will say you want to get this 5K service where they check everything over. Some will say that's a scam, you can do it yourself, but I don't want to do it myself. I'm not good enough and I don't have the patience and time. I'd rather ride on my bike and let them do it. Plus I got coupons you can only use in store that I want to see about using as well. They open at 10 a.m. and I'm their first appointment. GPS is estimating 9:48 a.m. arrival. I've had to stop a couple of times, like I said, to put on the base layer. The heated grips are doing their job. They're feeling good, and so is the heated seat on this bike. These gloves are feeling a lot better than the Lee Park ones, but that might have to do with I also closed the vent on both of the lowers. Always interesting to me to see the signs like, this widening project is brought to you by VDOT. And sometimes they'll say, and the governor. I remember living in Illinois, when I rode the train in to the city, you'd see some town that had, thank you to Mayor so-and-so for providing the funding for this project. I'm like, the taxpayers provided the funding for that project. No mayor was opening up his personal wallet building you anything. And VDOT is not building us anything. That's our tax dollars.
Don't tell the children when they find me.
Hey guys, I'm out here with my bike being serviced at Indian of Newport News. These are some used bikes they have out here. A Royal Enfield. I've never been on anything other than my own Indians. And I've seen people riding these. I don't know that I'll buy another bike that has spoke wheels after my experiment with that on the Super Chief Limited. $2,999. You guys can tell me, is that a good deal on a used Enfield? When I had the spoke wheels, I couldn't get anyone to change my tires for me. And I know some of you will say I should have just done that myself, but I wasn't going to do that. And then we got here, used BMW 2019, $75.49. All right, then we've got, this is an Indian Challenger in a pretty red, another used bike out here. This one, 2021, asking $19,999. I think new. What do you think these things cost? Probably like $30,000 new. It's a 21. Now they've had this bike here for a while because when I was looking at Roadmasters, I almost bought this one, but the reason I did not, I love the color. Now notice they got the fishtails. This bike is one reason I put fishtails on my Roadmaster, but I just didn't like it. But the reason I did not buy this one is because it's a 2019. And on the 2020 models, they got Apple CarPlay. And that was important to me, so I did not get it. Beautiful bike, though. Here's some other bikes here. That's a cool looking bike there. I guess that's new. Is that new? That's not used. It's 2024. And the price there is $61.07 after all the fees and everything. Here's another one here. Want to see what that cost? That's a 2026 model. $390 setup fee. That's always annoying. Freight. So they got freight, setup, dock fee, and then some accessories they added. $77.42. Do you like that? What we got over here? This is an Indian FTR. I've never been on one of those. I've ridden every other Indian except these, I think. And that one's a 24 for $11,999. And then we've got the Indian Scout, which was my first bike. Mine looked different than this, that's for sure. Look at that huge exhaust. Good gracious. I don't think the camera will do that justice, but like my exhaust was pretty small. What do we got here? $15,699, 700 dealer freight, and then dealer setup and handling, $390. Accessories, $19.95 for $16,808. Whew. Gracious, that seems like a lot for a Scout. I think my first one I bought new was like $11,000, or maybe $10,000. I don't remember. Check out this paint job on this Roadmaster Elite. Let's see. It's a 2025 for $41,999, $850 dealer freight, $390 setup for $43,000. Yikes. Only 300 available worldwide. A tritone paint scheme. I mean, that's just beautiful. I love this here. They got the speakers built in here. I'm kicking around whether to do that on mine. And then you got the armrest here for the passenger that this spins around like so. Let's see. Same design on the hard lowers.
think what makes it elite is really just the paint job, because otherwise that looks like my bike except for the seat. That's a different type of seat, and the speakers. Those are expensive to have upgraded because I've looked at it. Also, they've got different gauges here. I don't have this gauge on my bike. It's digital. And this one, God, I'm forgetful. Is that up here on my bike, I think? I don't think it's down there. Here's another elite. So they're only 300 worldwide, and they got 2 of them here. This is an Indian Pursuit Elite with only 250 available worldwide. Grand total of 46,258. It's interesting. This is like showing up as green, this green screen. I don't know what I think about that. Got the fancy footboards. Got the speakers in there. Got the armrest here. This is like a green, I guess green and black are the 2 colors. So they got this green screen here. I've been on one of these. I did at the demo days, and honestly wasn't my favorite. I didn't like how the bars turned, but the front does not. It just felt awkward to me. But a lot of people love this bike. Check this thing out. They've had this here for a while. This is like a rare bike. The owner had told me about it when I was here before. Don't know what the price is on it. And I know they have this here, but I missed the price. Yeah, doesn't have the price on it. Do you guys like these matte colors instead of the gloss? This is a 2025 Chieftain Power Plus Dark Horse. And you can see here, that's $33,508. I'm not sure what I think of those matte colors. I tend to like chrome. And the dark have this different seat setup versus like what I have. You got the white matte as well. It's like the Jedi theme here. How much is this one? This is a 2025 Chieftain Power Plus Dark Horse, 112. Grand total at the bottom is $34,758. I'm gonna give a shout out to them here. They had some items on clearance. They had a hoodie that I had paid like $100 for one, just like it in a different color, and they had it for $15, I think was that. They had some other shirt that I know online, it was like $75. They had on clearance for $12.50. And then I had like 3 different coupons. I had a birthday coupon for $25 and 2 other coupons for doing this delivery here for $25. So a total of $75. And they said they couldn't be combined and not on discounted items or something. And they told me here, no, we'll make it work. And so I bought a hoodie and 3 other shirts, and they said I owed them $9. That is a good deal. as a women's shirt. So I'm appreciative, and on this 5K service I'm having done, I have another coupon for $50 off, and they told me they'll honor that as well. There's a lot of good deals here inside the dealership on clothing. There's like, not this area, but like this shirt is $34. That's the normal price. But they had a whole clearance section up front and on the side with some pretty good deals. All right, my bike should be ready in about 15 to 20 minutes, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna take the long way home about the interstate on the way here. All right, this is Random Man. I'll see you guys back out on the road. There goes the guy on my motorcycle doing a test ride after the 5K service. I'm pretty sure this dealership did a detail for like the past 20-25 minutes on that bike. That guy riding him. I'm going to be interested to see whether they charge extra for that. They didn't ask me about it. I've been here for 2.5 hours so far. If they did detail the bike, I would have thought they would have done that after they did the test ride. He's still gone on the test ride so far. I guess it's been about 10 minutes or so. I think this is my bike coming back here. Yep. Hopefully everything went okay with that. All right, guys. Yeah, it looks like they did a detailing on the bike. Looks really, really nice. Fredericksburg never did that. They also had a $50 off coupon for service. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use that one. But then they said, well, also there's $20 off the oil, so we'll just save you $70. Get home. He told me that the 5K on a Roadmaster is usually about $300. I'm going to take the long way home. I'll see you guys on the road. I've heard so much good stuff about this location, and I would say, based on my experiences, they all are true. I wish I would have gotten a little more help out of them on the warranty issue, rather than me having to push that so hard with corporate. And again, you can go back and watch my videos on that if you want to follow the history, but that was an extraordinary item, and I didn't buy that bike from them. And they're right, corporate wasn't going to move easily. I would have thought if one of their preferred best dealers that was won all these awards had gone to bat for me, they would have maybe changed their mind. And the fact that he wasn't willing to do that kind of bothered me. But otherwise, man, they've been superb on coupons, and the detail on this for the service. You know, you take an Audi in, they detail it for you. I don't know if all car dealers are doing that these days. I have no idea, but Fredericksburg didn't offer it as a service. They didn't bring it up. In fact, they would always irritate me that they would say, well, Indian says we can charge, I'm making it up, $250 for the 5K service, 10K service, say 2 hours. And they get it done in an hour and 15 minutes. And when I express some concern about, did you cut some corners to go that fast? No, we're just very efficient. And I said, well, then shouldn't I be paying less money? Well, no, that's not how it works. Indian says we can charge for 2 hours. And just wait a minute, we're not going anywhere yet. And we get to keep that money because we're so efficient at it. I gotta tell you, that sounded like a crock of crap to me. And then they tried to convince me that in some cases they go longer than 2 hours and they don't get to charge for that. I also don't believe they would do that either. All right, I'm gonna turn on some music and enjoy the ride.